from Texas, Mr. Poe, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm way over here, Director. I want to talk about a constituent from Houston, Texas, named Catherine Engelbrecht. In July of 2010, she and her husband, business owners, started two groups, a nonprofit, hoping to be a nonprofit group, True the Vote and King Street Patriots. December of 2010, the FBI Domestic Terrorism Unit inquired about their attendees. January of 2011, the FBI Domestic Terrorism Unit inquired about one of their attendees. January of 2011, Catherine Engelbrecht Enterprises were audited for 2008-2009. January of 2011, True the Vote, IRS questions their nonprofit application. That was the first round. March of 2011, the IRS questions, May of 2011, King Street Patriots were visited by, members of King Street Patriots went to the FBI after their request about questions, how are they doing, anything you need to tell us or report. October of 2011, True the Vote, IRS questions their application. They wanted to know who their Facebook people were, all of their tweets, who they were tweeting to, personal knowledge about their family, every place they'd ever spoken, this is Catherine, every place she intends to speak, who they were speaking to, the names of the participants, the copies of transcripts, everywhere they intended to speak, and ask them about 300 questions, including who's doing the training, what are the backgrounds of the trainers, and then they asked who your lawyers were and the background of the lawyers that represented them and the qualification of the lawyers, etc. I will furnish you the 300 questions, Mr. Director. 3 more visits by mail, or by rather phone, by the FBI, June, November, and December to the King Street Patriots. And then the IRS in February of 2012 questions the nonprofit status again of the True the Vote. This was the 3rd round. At that time, I sent your office, the Department of Justice, an inquiry saying, is this group, these people, under investigation for criminal offenses? I get a letter back from the Justice Department that says they're not under criminal investigation. But they were visited later by the ATF. They were visited by OSHA. They were visited by TCEQ. They were visited again by the IRS, 4th round. All of these IRS questions are coming from Cincinnati, and they get finally another question from the IRS from Utah. That was in March of this year. April of this year, here comes the ATF again, another unscheduled visit to their business. Now, I've read the civil rights law. It's important, and you have a civil rights division in the FBI to enforce civil rights violations. The way I understand the law, you can't target a certain group because of their beliefs. The IRS has already said some people in the IRS has already targeted certain Tea Party groups because they were Tea Party groups. My question, without going into details, my questions, in a hypothetical case, IRS targeting groups with this information that you have seen there inquired about, ironically, 4 different agencies all inquiring about a group for over several years, does that appear to be something that if a complaint was filed with the FBI would investigate a civil rights violation?
Sir, I think that's part of would be part of the ongoing activation, or not, the ongoing investigation, I should say, of the circumstances relating to the IRS that was initiated a number of weeks ago. My expectation is this would be a piece of that investigation. You also indicate, though, that FBI agents visited these individuals. I will go back and look at the predication for that particular visit ourselves to follow up on that aspect of it to the extent that these persons were paid business by the Bureau.
All right. Thank you, Mr. I yield back my time. Thank you.